No, because it's the way I have a literal master's degree and I'm on my way to interview for a serving position. Because in this economy, as a postgrad Gen Z, I cannot afford to start a career on a first year salary. I've tried so many jobs in my field, and every single one I've had to take money out of my savings to pay my rent. I don't know whose fault it is, but damn. Why is that the case? Anyway, my current job, I work at a Fort Lauderdale Beach bar, and it's open till 2 in the morning, and it's killing my quality of life. I'm trying to go work brunch. Do I want to work brunch? No. Any single time I talk about serving on here as well, they're like, oh, if you don't love it, then don't do it. Girl, I tried doing what I love. It doesn't work out for me. Name one person who was a waitress because they love it. I'll wait. I'm sorry if that sounds insulting. If you are in the service industry and it's your passion, I love that for you, babe. That's not the way it is for most of us, okay? And I do want to be a beacon of light or hope for those of y'all who are in college and you want to see how post-grad life is and how good it could get. Right now, it sucks for me. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So if you could help me get out of the service industry, please let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I did a little bit of research when you guys sent me this video to react to, and I started to put it on a Millionaire Morning Show. But I thought that it would be more relevant to this because I don't really do reactions on a Millionaire Morning Show. And I think that this crosses over into several different segments that would be interesting for the people that viewed this particular channel. And of course, I'm going to link to her actual profile in the description in order to give the content creator credit. But when I deep dived into this video a little bit, I had an opportunity to see exactly what her degree was in, right? And she answers when somebody says social degrees be like, or social work degrees be like, and then she said her degrees are in education because she wanted to follow her passion. But she lives in Florida. She goes on lower, a little bit further down to say her salary, the salary is before taxes, and let me see, after taxes per month, that's $3,200 per month. Her rent is $2,900. She also needs groceries, gas, and loan payments, and want to have fun. Which means that you made some very, very, very bad life decisions, and now you got to be accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got a degree doesn't mean that you're entitled to get paid a lot. First of all, you need to go into something that actually pays the bills, not things that's passionate to you. There's a lot of people that's passionate about underwater basket weaving, which I think that education is the same thing. She went in and got a master's degree, and she's down in Southern Florida, which also means that she's paying a exceptional amount to be able to live there, and she has a whole lot of student loan payments, and she's over there waitressing. And so the reality is that a lot of these people and a lot of these women are completely delusional. It's not just women. It just so happened to be she's a woman that you guys sent me a video to react to. But a lot of these women are completely delusional in that they think that they can follow their passion, and that's not enough. No, you got to go into the thing that's going to make money, and that the market dictates that it wants to pay you a certain salary based off of the lifestyle that you live. And so this is why people think that college is a scam, because they think that just because they get a master's degree, or just because they graduate, or they went to school, or they got a bunch of student loan payments, that automatically entitles them to make a bunch of money or to be able to support her lifestyle. Why is her rent $2,900 a month? Why are you down in Southern Florida? I mean, you look more like a waitress based off of what you're saying, and the fact that you are going to have to continue to waitress because of the field that you picked. That says more about your life decisions than it does about our education system. The education system, actually, if you take out student loans for a degree, I'm okay with that. And this is why I think that there needs to be a complete overhaul of what people can qualify for when they decide that they want to go into a particular industry. So, for example, if you want to go into African American studies, or you want to go into education, or you want to go into whatever, pick one, social work, right? I think that there should be a limit and a cap on how much you can borrow based off of whatever curriculum that you're trying to go into. And it also should be conditional based off of how successful you are in it. If it's that passionate for you, then you should learn how to pay for it, and you just gonna have to make sure that you make the adjustments according to whatever that particular field is paying in that city that you're going into. Otherwise, you can't do it. Now, your life decisions as far as what you make them, where you decide to live, where you decide to work, I will never feel sorry for somebody that had the opportunity to go to school and picked to go into education and then get mad and say, well, it doesn't pay that. You didn't know, you didn't do research, you didn't go on a glass door, you didn't at the very least Google exactly what educators pay. You thought that you was just going to come out of school as a young 20-something-year-old and they was just going to give you a whole bunch of money when you don't even have any tenure. You don't really understand exactly what that means. I bet you also didn't realize that those student loans could also be paid for depending on what type of industry you're working in and what kind of governmental structure you decide to apply it to, but it's going to take you 10 years in order to get that forgiven, and it's going to be an income-based repayment plan. And so I think that we need to start preparing ourselves, or better yet, arming other people, which is exactly what I did to my daughter. And so we already have the parameters, and we've been having conversations with her since she was younger as far as what the requirements are if you decide to go down this path. The only way that I'm going to financially support it is if you pick these particular degrees, and everything is conditional. Because I will not be in support of you making bad life decisions and then thinking that I'm going to come back and save you as a result of it. And I have the resources to make sure that you never, ever have to take out student loans. However, it is conditional, and this is what other cultures do. If you look at Indian cultures, if you look at a lot of Asian cultures, it's all STEM related, or you got to go into being an anesthesiologist, you got to go into being an actual surgeon or have residency as a doctor. They come over and they actually pay more than we pay for our education a lot of times, especially if you're a foreign student, because that costs exceptionally more, and the universities make way more money as far as educating these people. They get the education and make a lot of money. And the parents actually don't even give the business over into the kids because the kids ultimately go into the thing, and that's the reason why the parents worked that hard in order to put the kids through school in the first place. But it was conditional. It wasn't based off of how you feel. You're not a fairy. You can't just go out there and do what you want to do. And I think that people are absolutely delusional. I can't even just say that this is women. I think that the overwhelming majority of people that make this decision are women, and that's why they say women are more educated than men. But for what? They're actually, have more degrees at this point, but it doesn't mean that they're actually going into fields that's actually going to pay the bills. This is why, regardless of what your education is, men still make more money than women because we logical. Right. And again, it doesn't mean that a lot of men are not making mistakes and they're not doing dumb stuff also, but we speak to the majority. We speak to the majority. We don't speak to the exception to the rule. And most women even have to be incentivized. That's why they have all of these different Black Girls Code and Women in STEM, and they have to try to motivate you to go into that thing instead of you doing it yourself. I knew from the very beginning, listen, if I decide to go into this is what I'm going to go into because this is the thing that pays the most money. And I'm going to be a little bit more careful. And I'm going to go to the community college for the first 2 years because they reduce the amount of money that I have to pay. And I'm not going to take out a whole bunch of student loans. And I'm not going to be suckered. And so, I think that a lot of women are waking up to the reality that nobody cares about your degree, maybe except for Biden, because that's the way that they keep you voting, the way that you voting for. But in reality, I don't feel sorry for this woman because she had all of the opportunity in the world to make a better decision. She decided to go into education, and now she's a waitress in South Florida, and she's trying to work the brunch shift. Listen, college is not a scam. The courses that you pick and decide to take out student loans is a scam. And the lifestyle that you decide to live, paying $2,900 in rent, is a scam. And obviously, as you can see, this is not just the scam that's going on against the Black community. This is happening across the board. Because people are making bad decisions. And then ultimately, they don't want to pay for them because they feel like they deserve it, not necessarily that they made the right decision and they earned it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out.